Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Micks Mowers. In today's episode we're going to be converting that Hayter Ranger 53 from a drive to a push, only because the cost of a new gearbox is £127, which outweighs the cost of a machine, and also there's no other gearboxes I can see at the moment that I can fit on there. Everything else seems to be either 18 inches and my axle is just over 18, about 18 3/4, nearly 19 inches long. So unless I can find a donor machine somewhere, but it's not worth doing. But again, it's not worth having a machine just sat here waiting for a gearbox that may never even turn up. So I'd much rather just disassemble it and have it go out as a push mower. That way it'll still be sold and still do its job. But what's important is to remove the gears. Not all my videos are successful. These are generally workarounds on what I would do. But hey ho, it's what it is. I'd much rather have a machine with a drive, but I do also get some decent spares off this machine, i.e. the belt pulleys, and also the handle on the back. They can all be sold because they sell for good money on their own. So if it's your first time watching Micks Mowers, hit the subscribe button, whack your bell, set notifications to all. That way you'll be told one, done a video, or two on my Saturday night weekly live stream, which starts at 6:30 PM at UK time. So without further ado, let's get down and dirty and let's drive to push. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is get the axle in. Now the gearbox has actually been taken off now, that's now US. But all these parts here, you just got to take these off, okay? These come out of the gearbox. So just gently and put them in a vise or however you've got to do it. All these parts here have got to come off, okay? Once they're off, you can then convert this to a push mower. And there's no resistance at all to pushing it, which is quite good. If you just leave, just cut the cable off, for instance, and leave a gearbox in place, you'll have a resistance, and people know you converted it from a push to from a drive to a push. So all that's got to come off. Let me get that done, and I'll come back in 2 ticks. Okay, so to convert this over, it's quite simple. As I say, you need to remove all your gears off of your shaft. Okay. That's number one. You've got your 2 plastic clips that go each side. They just sit into there, no problem. Then you get your height adjustment rod, okay. This is going to be quite a tight fit. That goes over the top, he says. Pry bar in there. And just force that over the top. It will go. With a bit of love. There it goes. And seat that down. There it goes. That's that one. That's pretty much all the way in. Okay, what we want to do then is you want to get your shaft, okay? It goes through this hole here, through the hole on the height adjustment, and then it comes up into the hole through your casing, all the way through, and then marry that up on the other side. This is the hard bit. And trying to line all this stuff up together, because this is quite a gap there. So I've got to push this one over. Might just back that shaft out a touch, just to get it over. There it goes. Wants a bit more yet. We're nearly there. Somewhere there. Get your shaft and then just eye that up. That ain't too far out actually. Just want to tweak it up a touch. And it wants to come over. About there somewhere. There it goes. That's all the way in now. Your 4 8 or 10 mils, which were these kiddies just here. Screw them down, and that will hold your axle in place, and now also your height adjustment, okay, to a certain degree. Got other bits to do yet. So screw them down. Remember what I said, you might have to move your height adjustment to get these ones in. So let me do that now, and I'll come back. Right, with those now screwed down, you can now see that that height adjustment isn't now going anywhere other than on this machine, okay? That's fully on there. That handle's a bit loose. But now that's fully adjustable, okay? So that's cool. We like that a lot. What we've now got to do is now got to push this axle all the way through until you get the two cotter pins hanging out either side. Now it's going to be a very, very tight fit indeed to do that. So you want a little tiny tinking hammer. Get your first pin. There it is there. And these go inside the axle. Okay, you can remove this bit here because it will go over top of these successfully. So we can just now just put that pin in. And then that's got a little tiny collar which sits on top of that. So make sure it goes all the way in. I'm going to grease all this up as well, so we know it's all free to move. There you go, that one's that one. And now you can push that one all the way home. In fact, it's running away, is it? No, it's not running away. That goes all the way home. And now to do the same the other side. Okay, so what I now do, I'll put the circlet back in, okay? Squeeze it up. And what I'm going to do also is I'm going to put a nut and bolt through here, okay? Just a small nut and bolt, just to hold that tight, so that won't actually won't come in or out. If you don't do that, these gear cogs will still have a problem turning, okay? They're going to grind against there. So get a small nut and bolt, put a nut and bolt through there just to hold that still, so that shaft will not move. This is not the shaft that rotates on, it's this shaft here. So a small nut and bolt will just go through there, just to hold that tight, so that now won't move. Once you've done that, you can then put your wheel on, like so, and your wheel, once it's screwed down, will then just free spin, okay? So let me find some nuts and bolts, and just going to fit that to this side and the other, and then we'll be on a winner. Right, so little nut and bolt there now. That's all done with a little locking nut. That ain't going nowhere, okay, people? That's not going nowhere at all. Now what we can do, we can now get the wheel. I'm going to give it a little bit of a spray with a bit of white grease, just to help it out. Because not been greased at top for a little while. That can now go onto there, all the way up. There it goes. And now that spins freely. Okay, with a few washers on the back packed out and a wash on the front, that wheel now spins freely, both directions, no problems at all. Going to do the same to the other side, and then we can flip back over and go from there. Okay, so now time to strip out. Take that off. That's your drive cable. So we have also secured a drive cable there off of a Hayter. They're probably worth about £15–20 on their own. So that's no biggie, just to undo the little tiny 10mm bolt at the top. And find a spanner to fit it. There's one. So slack them up at the top. I don't know if you can see me, but it's up the top of the mower. There's a little tiny 10mm nut to do. Slide that off, that comes off. So I've got one complete Hayter 53 cable there. They're 15–20 quid. I've got to remove the dead man's handle, the handle itself off of the top. I've also got to remove down in here. There will be a little tiny cable which was off of my pulley tensioner. Do you remember that? That's down in here. Let me bring it around. So down in here we've got a little tiny pulley tensioner as well. That one's got to be removed. That comes all the way around the engine onto here, all the way around. Let's make a bit of slack up. Let's cut that one off there and give me a bit more slack to play with. That's better. So just give it a bit of a twist around so we can see the 2 points on it. Maybe about there. I'm going to remove that one. That's that one gone. So now all we're left with now is a throttle and the dead man, that side, which is cool. So we'll come on the top side of the machine and we'll remove the 4-speed lever control. So now we're at the top, looks like 2 Phillips there. I've got tools absolutely everywhere. That's the problem with this type of fix, is that you just, you know, you just have stuff everywhere. I don't like converting stuff to a push. Really, I don't, because of the value, but economically not viable to do it. But I've got some good spares here. You know, I've got a nice 4-speed box here for a Ranger. That's going to be 15, 20 quid. That can be sold on eBay. No problems at all. So take that out. Put the screws in so we don't lose them. I think it wants a bit of a repair just to the cable armature itself, but that all seems to be working okay. Yeah, it works. Nothing wrong with that at all. That's good. We can keep that. So that's all right. Keep that one. Next will be up here. This dead man's handle at the top, because we've got to remove the drive itself, the drive handle. And all you do is you undo that screw there, put that in your pocket, undo that screw there. That comes out, put it in your pocket, pop that one off, that comes off. That's your dead man. Put that one back on, put your screw back in. So, you know, we've gone from a mower that's probably worth, I don't know, 4-speed box one. It is quite an age, maybe 200 quid at a push if on a good day. And now gone just to a normal push mower. Still a Hayter though. Fully serviced, good to go. Got to be worth £150 in anyone's pocket. Do that up. That's nice. Not too tight because it'll rub. Perfect. That all now works as it should do. Happy with that. Just a covering to put on next. Right, back round the other side of the mower. Just going to wind it screw down so it doesn't come adrift. In fact, I'm going to take that out because I can sell that with the pulleys. Someone may need a set of pulleys for this. And I've got a complete set of pulleys. So that's good. I'll get a bit of a clean off. And then I'll put a cover on. In fact, I'll just put a cover on. It's not too bad under there. It's aluminium. It's not going to rust out. And we'll get a jet wash out anyway at some point. So that now sits on there. Something like that. It goes. Box of bibs and bobs. And I think they go into aluminium. So there'll be tight threads on these. 3 of those. 1, 2, 3. I've got 3 here to do, and then I've got 2 here to do. They're slightly smaller. And then what I'll do is, I'll get them done, and the screws at the back, don't forget, got to do them as well. I'll get them done, and then we'll move on to the service, which will be a slightly quick in itself, because it only needs to have, I think it's got a new air filter already in it. The air filter's not too bad. So it's just got to have oil change, because there's no oil in the machine. And it's got to have new spark plug. Although, as I said before, I don't think this machine's done a lot of work since the owner had it. That don't seem right to me. Let's have a little look in there. Not in too much longer, because Riley boy will be home from school shortly. You know what he's like if he finds out I've done a video without him. Quite narrow holes then. What are they? Are they into plastic? Okay. That's why I was going wrong. Because they're into plastic, there'd be wide threads. There'd be these kiddies just here. So let's put that one in. Come on, baby. That's it. Let's go over there. That's one. Got that one there to do. That's better. And then, as I say, the screws at the back. Let me get that done, and then we get on just to do this machine a service. I should probably get on and service it, and then once it's all serviced, I'll bring it outside and we'll run it up again for the final time. So I'll see you in a bit. Right, so I'll give it a service tomorrow. Just keen because Riley boys be home very shortly. I've got to put the circlip onto the height adjustment rod. Haven't done that yet. Blade's been done. Put all fresh oil in it, fresh fuel in it. It's all empty. Let's just make sure it now runs, and as you can see, no problems at all. Push it over. There's a clicking noise there, not quite sure what that is. I've got to figure that out. Although it's nothing too bad. The wheels are fine, the wheels aren't wobbly at all. They're good. On to choke. Let's see if she'll start. It's been tipped up, don't forget, so it may not like being started. There you go. Hayter 48, Hayter 53. Down to a push mower. Can't do someone. Is it idle? Idle's nice too. That's all the way back as far as it'll go. Done. Yeah, super happy with that. Go on, babe, keep going. Lovely. Wants a service, but I can do that tomorrow at my own leisure. But there you go, that's how you convert a drive mower to a push. Okay, so there you have it. That's how you convert a drive mower to a push. There's lots of different ways in which you can do it. But the idea is actually to remove the gearbox itself. If you don't remove the gearbox, then you get friction, and people sort of suss out it was actually a drive mower beforehand. And if they know it was a drive mower beforehand, they ask the question why it isn't now, you know. And it just doesn't beg the question when you go to sell these machines. So despite the fact it's not actually a fix, you know, it's just not economically viable for me to spend £127 on a new gearbox on a machine that's already 20 years old, you know. I'm never going to get a return on that. So in many respects, lots of people will actually just throw that mower away because the driver's stopped. They don't think about converting it to a push. And if you convert it to a push, you can still get a little bit of money out of it. That mower cost me nothing. I got it for free, and I've done nothing to it money-wise. I've put no money into it. It's all just been labour. It's taken about 2 hours, admittedly, but it's something I enjoy doing, so therefore I'm on a win-win. So that machine now go forward, it'll have a service. It's got to have a new spark plug. The oil change has been done, blade's been done already, so maybe just check the air filter, quick tidy up, spruce and polish, and put it up for sale. That machine should sell for good money. And I've also got the cables and what have it, and the pulleys now spare, which I can now go forward and sell on eBay or something like that for £10, £15 and make even more money out of that machine. I should come out on top no matter which way I do it. If this is the first time you're watching Micks Mowers, hit the subscribe button, whack your bell, set notifications to all. That way you'll be told when I've done a video or two on my Saturday night wiki live stream, which starts at 6:30 PM UK time. I look forward to the next episode of Micks Mowers very, very soon. But until then, people, don't forget, much more importantly, take it easy.